9 subtle but telling signs of a female narcissist, backed by psychology. Spotting a narcissist isn't always as straightforward as we might think, especially when they don't fit the typical loud, arrogant, and self-absorbed stereotype we often associate with narcissism. Many female narcissists are far more subtle in their tactics, making them even harder to recognize. They know how to manipulate, charm, and deceive in ways that don't always appear toxic at first glance. Instead of being openly aggressive, they use guilt, kindness, and even empathy as tools for control. Psychologists have identified certain behavioral patterns that help expose female narcissists, if you know what to look for. Here are 9 non-obvious but powerful signs that someone might be a female narcissist, allowing you to identify red flags before it's too late. 1. She always plays the victim, even when she's clearly in the wrong. A female narcissist rarely takes responsibility for her actions. No matter the situation, she finds a way to shift the narrative in her favor, twisting facts to make herself appear as the victim, even if she was the one who caused the problem in the first place. Psychologists refer to this as victimhood manipulation, a strategy narcissists use to gain sympathy while dodging accountability. If you notice someone consistently turning every disagreement into a sob story where they are the ones being wronged, especially if they never admit fault, you may be dealing with a female narcissist. Her compliments always come with a hidden sting. A female narcissist rarely offers genuine praise. Instead, she specializes in backhanded compliments, statements that sound positive on the surface but actually leave you feeling self-conscious or doubting yourself. She might say things like, "Wow, you're so brave for wearing that. I could never be that confident," or "It's impressive how you don't care what people think about you." At first, these remarks might seem harmless or even well-intentioned, but over time, you start to feel subtly undermined. This technique, known as negging, is a common narcissistic tactic designed to keep you insecure and seeking their approval. She mirrors you to gain your trust, then uses it against you. In the early stages of any relationship, whether romantic, platonic, or professional, a female narcissist might seem like the perfect companion. She listens intently, shares similar interests, and even mimics your mannerisms. This is called mirroring, a psychological technique used to build rapport and trust. But with a narcissist, this imitation is not about forming a genuine connection. It's about gathering information. Once she has won your trust, she starts using the personal details you shared with her against you, often in subtle but damaging ways. If someone initially seems like your perfect match but later starts weaponizing your vulnerabilities, this could be a serious red flag. She thrives on drama and keeps conflicts alive. A female narcissist doesn't just encounter drama, she creates and feeds off it, whether it's instigating arguments, holding on to grudges, or stirring up tension between others. She always seems to be at the center of chaos. One common tactic she might use is triangulation, where she involves a third party in a conflict to manipulate the situation and maintain control. She ensures that disputes never truly resolve, keeping everyone on edge and focused on her. If someone seems to be constantly surrounded by conflict while shifting between victim and instigator, it's a strong indication that they could be a female narcissist. She uses the silent treatment as a weapon. Rather than addressing issues directly, a female narcissist often employs stonewalling or the silent treatment as a means of control. If you upset her, she won't communicate her feelings. Instead, she'll ignore your messages, act cold and distant, or pretend you don't exist. This isn't about needing space. It's about making you feel anxious, guilty, and desperate for her attention. The more you try to make amends, the more power she gains over you. If someone repeatedly withdraws affection or attention as a way to punish you, this is a sign of emotional manipulation. She makes you feel guilty for prioritizing yourself. A healthy relationship should allow both people to have their own needs, boundaries, and priorities. However, a female narcissist sees your independence as a threat. The moment you try to set boundaries, whether it's declining a favor, prioritizing your own goals, or making decisions that benefit you, she guilt trips you. She might say things like, "Wow, I would have done it for you," or withdraw emotionally until you feel compelled to give in. This can create a toxic cycle where you constantly feel like you're being selfish for simply valuing yourself. She competes with you instead of supporting you. When something good happens, you expect the people close to you to be happy for you. But with a female narcissist, good news often feels complicated. Rather than celebrating your achievements, she finds a way to one-up you or shift the attention back to herself. If you get a promotion, she suddenly has a bigger career move in the works. If you accomplish something exciting, she downplays it or points out its flaws. Over time, this kind of dynamic makes success feel lonely. Instead of enjoying your wins, you start second-guessing whether you should even share them. The right people don't see your success as a competition, they see it as something to celebrate with you. She constantly shifts between loving and devaluing you. One moment she adores you, showering you with compliments, attention, and affection. The next, she's distant, critical, or even cruel. This cycle of idealization and devaluation is a classic narcissistic pattern. At first, she makes you feel special, like you have an unbreakable bond. But once she feels secure in her control over you, the criticism and coldness begin. The highs keep you hooked, making you chase the warmth that once felt so real. But over time, the emotional rollercoaster leaves you anxious, exhausted, and questioning your own worth. Real love and friendship don't come with conditions or emotional whiplash. Stability, not intensity, is what truly defines a healthy relationship. She never truly apologizes. A female narcissist might say the words, "I'm sorry," but it never feels real. Instead of owning up to her actions, she offers excuses, shifts blame, or makes herself the victim. If she does apologize, it's often followed by a justification. "I'm sorry you feel that way," or "I was only acting that way because of what you did." True apologies come with accountability and change, but with a narcissist, the same patterns repeat, and the apologies start to feel meaningless. Recognizing the subtle behaviors of a female narcissist is essential for protecting yourself from manipulation and emotional harm. Unlike the obvious arrogant narcissist, these individuals can be far more deceptive, using kindness, charm, and victimhood as tools of control. If you notice multiple signs from this list in someone's behavior, trust your instincts. The best way to deal with a narcissist is to set firm boundaries, limit your emotional investment, and in some cases, walk away entirely. Real relationships, whether friendships, family connections, or romantic partnerships, should be built on mutual respect, trust, and emotional safety. If you find yourself feeling constantly drained, guilty, or insecure in someone's presence, it may be time to reassess that relationship. By understanding these psychological insights, you empower yourself to spot the red flags early, protect your peace, and prioritize relationships that genuinely nurture your well-being.